Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 versus 1 on Tranquility's End. Playing on top side as the Death Court of Krieg, we've got MrBlueDude. First other side as the Night Lords, we've got one Kenobi. One Kenobi will be opening up with a couple of Furies, a Raptor Scout Squad, and a Storm Barracks. Whereas MrBlueDude will start off with a couple of Jaegers and an Engineer Squad, as well as a Field Barracks and a Field Generator. Now this is, I do believe, going to be quite the uphill battle for one Kenobi here as a Night Lord. Night Lord's strengths being that they can move fast, hit hard, run away, and also break a lot of morale. Whereas Death Court Krieg, they kind of counter a lot of the stuff that Night Lords can do. I mean, you break the morale of a Death Court Krieg kind of person, they don't really run away, they just kind of stand there, and yeah, okay, fair enough, they can't run away, so you might be able to isolate them and, you know, get a couple of squad wipes where you otherwise wouldn't be able to. If you've got a mass of them, then breaking the morale won't do you any favours realistically. And, you know, Night Lords, they quite like sending out the Raptors, maybe some Furies, maybe the Captain as well, isolating some dudes and dudettes, get some stabby stuff on the go, and yeah, they can just hide inside the listing posts. So it's going to be quite hard to snipe these guys out. Also with the Engineers as well, having multiple members in their squads. It's not like, say for example, you're going up against Space Marine faction and you can quickly break down a Servitor as it is a singular model. No, these guys have got quite a lot of boys inside their ranks, so it'll be quite the pain for them to deal with their combat engineers and all that stuff. Obviously, all the Raptors, they came in, did a little bit of damage, but not quite really doing all that much in the grand scheme of things. Lord General Command Squad is coming out with his ranged bodyguard veterans, and so yeah, they've got access to plasma guns in Tier 1, which is quite a big thing, considering that a lot of the Night Lord stuff is also heavy infantry, so they'll be falling fast and thick to the Lord General. Then again, it's quite slow, quite cumbersome, so long as one Kenobi keeps his micro on the go, he should be alright in staying away from them, although that will then zone him out from any kind of areas that he wants to deal with. He is slowing down the observation first. It's not a bad shout. Here comes the Captain with quite a decent bolt pistol on him, but he much prefers slapping people in close combat. If he's able to get a melee attack off, it does slow people down as well, which will help him hunt down individual models. Lord General, yeah, okay, he's got his bodyguard, but still low health individual models themselves. So easy to snipe out. Raptors losing a few of their boys in there, trying to get the decap on that strategic point as they've denied that observation post. Captain chasing after, but we are all seeing a barbed wire fence. Horizontal, believe it or not. That's not horizontal, is it? That's diagonal. You're lying to me, MrBlueDude. Your positionals and all that stuff. Either way, that is a bit of a nuisance, but the Captain is going to ignore him completely. Decide to go over here and see if he could do any more mischief and whatnot. Relic being slowly captured by the Jaegers. And the Captain is just slapping Engineer and Jaeger left, right and centre. Morale being broken, like I say, once morale's been broken, they don't run away. They kind of just seek out another unit to engage in combat with. Now, I'm not sure, so if you put these guys in melee stance, I don't know whether they just charge, or if you put them in range stance, whether they just stand still. And then if, once the morale's broken, if you change their stance, I don't know whether that changes the way that they interact with the enemy. You know, maybe some of you Death Court Krieg aficionados can tell me in the comments. Captain attempting to slap down the observation post. We've got some boys and girls inside firing away. The Captain resisting a lot of that damage. We've now got 2 plasma guns on the go for the Lord General Squad. Some Furies flying on in. Don't do amazing amounts of damage. We can at least tie these guys up. I'll set them on fire. Combat engineers using their own kind of... Are you shotguns? You look like shotguns, you smell like shotguns, so you probably are shotguns. The Furies being battered and bruised. Seemingly that the observation post looks like I was slowing those Furies down a little bit. It's fire. Captain just trying to flee for his life. Seeing an assault going on over on this side. Nice to see that one Kenobi has managed to keep this strategic point out of the hands of the Death Court Krieg for now. Some proper soldiers from MrBlueDude and the Terror Squad, which I assume is probably going to be armed with some sort of grenade of some description in the future, as those terror grenades are quite remarkable. But then again, maybe not. Maybe not, like I said, the morale factor might not play all that much of an important thing in this. Captain and Furies inside the base. Terrors on the outside. Yeah, they're just going to jump around. Be an absolute nuisance. I've seen a bunker inside the base for MrBlueDude. So anyone who comes inside is going to be sorely mistaken if they can continuously engage in some base harassment. But that's fine. They've done what they can. Current economy is 74 and 20. Compared to 74 and 20. My goodness, my gracious. Don't see it often. Make a wish. Absolutely even economies on the board. Which is surprising. I mean, you've not got two of your bits and bobs over here. Although, I suppose, right, so one Kenobi has not captured his relic over here. It does take a while to capture it, to be fair. So he's kind of delayed capturing his own relic to get as many units over here as humanly possible. And now trying to chase down these Jaegers. Well, yeah, okay, that's a squad wipe. Has now also allowed the Death Corps to start consolidating a hold on the strategic point here. Pop down a barbed wire fence. The captain goes in for a flank. Seems to have missed his melee attack there. Very unfortunate. Terror squad in hot pursuit as the observation post absolutely needs to be put up ASAP. And yeah, I think a bit of a fur par from one Kenobi here. Nice that he got the... Oh, does the barbed wire slow people down when they're nearby? I assume that's what it does. That would make sense. Yeah, that captain about to go down. Yeah, very unfortunate. Giving the Death Corps Krieg a little bit of space. What's the phrase? Give him an inch, they'll take a mile. And you don't often see barbed wire being used like this, but he's basically putting all these choke points up. I mean, I assume he's put one over here as well, so he's got all the bits and bobs, all the entrances firmly sorted out. Now the Death Corps Krieg are giving the Night Lords a taste of their own medicine. I'm in tier 2 there. Are you in tier 2 as well? You are on your way, sir. Going to be out-tech for quite some time. Double squadrons of the Night Lords. Mosey on forward. And just one singular Valkyrie. Oh, right, no, that's the Night Lords thing. Breaks the morale of everyone who it hits, including friend or foe. It was very unfortunate. Nice manoeuvring away from MrBlueDude. Managing to avoid the vast majority of that fire there. The armory is finished for the Night Lords. They've also gone for Havoc Squad. Forge of Terror on the way. One Kenobi has got that taking old victory countdown on the go, so that will at least slow down the Death Corps Krieg for a little bit. Jaeger's going to come over, capture the left hand side. I imagine then we'll also focus on the middle bit. Can the Night Lords prevent them from decapping the middle there? Post taking an age to strike down. I suppose there's no anti-vehicle stuff on the go. Soldiers over here. One squad wipe for them. Very unfortunate. Not paying attention, MrBlueDude. And here come the Terrors and the Havocs, armed with triple auto cannons, which will smash up the infantry, but also if we see any chimeras or armoured sentinels, they will also suffer. Yeah, another squad of soldiers been wiped out, unable to retreat due to a broken bit of morale. Engineer's going to have to run away. Lord General been shot at from a distance, so everyone falls back. Less than 2 minutes. Jaeger's absolutely sprinting over, capture the critical location. We've also got a squad of soldiers over here doing exactly the same on this side. And what are you doing? You have gone for a Razorback. So stick a squad of Havocs in there. And maybe that's the plan. So you can't exactly just rush in and start smashing things up with lightly armoured mobile infantry. But well, say that properly. If you can pop a squad of Havocs inside the Rhino, or the Razorback even, and just manoeuvre them over, come out, blast some things with an autocannon. The moment the Death Corps Krieg start responding, pull them away, and then a death by 1,000 cuts kind of scenario. And the Death Corps, what have you gone for? I mean, the Night Lords don't have much money saved up, which might be a bit of a problem for them. You have saved up. Yeah, both players absolutely spending as much as humanly possible of the Storm Chimera out for the Death Court of Krieg. No one really to funnel inside of it. How much do you cost? 120 and 70. It's not hugely expensive. You don't have a great amount of green money on the cards for yourself. And there we are, just as we say, the Razorback comes out, drops off the Havocs, which this is the Havoc squad without the autocannons. Interesting. I assume that that's... Oh, unless you accidentally put the wrong squad in. If it was the autocannons, this observation post would be struggling a little bit to survive, and the Storm Chimeras would also be on the back foot in this engagement. No, the autocannons are just going to sit in the middle, jump inside the Razorback and fall back, as it were. Green Storm Chimeras come out. Their pintle heavy stubbers massively helps them with heavy infantry and the like. If I'm not mistaken. I'm doing a terrible job against the light armour of the Razorback neither. See post over here, unupgraded, will be taken down, and the Havoc's just kind of one dude just really admiring the stone masonry work over on that side. You have the Terror Squad over here, breaking the morale of the Jaegers, and they'll be slowly but surely breaking them down. From the Forge of Terror, we see the Hell Talon, a big version of the two aircraft available to Night Lords, primarily to deal with tanks and stuff, but he's doing all right, but he's not going to be winning this engagement. Takes down one. I want to pull him back. One Kenobi. Don't send him quietly into that good night, but into that good night he goes. Now the Havoc squad has gone for a missile launcher and a couple of auto cannons. Where did the other one go? Or is that the same one? Probably the same one, maybe. But there were two, weren't there? One must have died at some point. Apologies for the lack of map awareness. Here comes another Hell Talon. They're getting on its own. Pull it back, bring forth the Havocs. One Kenobi. The Hell Talons for the Night Lords are remarkably good, but against so much, only doing so little. There we go, get him repaired with the Dark Magos. Coming over on in. The Havoc's just kind of chilling out. Oh, there are two squads. There we go. See, I didn't have terrible map awareness at all. I just can't see shite because it's all pink and red, hard to distinguish. As I've mentioned many times on the channel before, I am an old man with terrible eyesight. That's the best I can do. The resources that the good Lord gave me. Storm Chimera has now been taken down. And this is going to be a difficult unit composition for the Storm Chimeras to deal with. Lord General just being a bit brave, maybe trying to absorb some fire from these guys as the Storm Chimeras come back in. Starts missing there, very unfortunate. Also got the Terror Squad's armed with melter guns as well. So definitely on tank hunting duty. But the Chimeras just focusing down those Havocs. Left, right and centre. So Lord General actually opening a bit of space for the Storm Chimeras there. We now have the Hell Talons. Are you the same ones? Or are you the bigger one? No, you are the same one as before. Using a couple of Storm Chimeras. Also the Lord General seems to have gone down as well. Now got a second aircraft on the go. But with all this being said and done, the Night Lords, what is it, 128 and 79 compared to 56 and 39. Of the soldiers coming around on the right hand side with their grenade launchers. So even though they managed to survive and do a little bit of a breakout here, they are on a skeleton's crew of economy. So if they're going to make an impact, they've got to make an impact on the economy ASAP. Havoc struggling a little bit with soldiers over here. The knockback on those grenades causing them some issues. And yet the morale's been broken, but what's good is that going to do yet? It's going to continue. Not a single ounce of fear in these boys. They welcome death like an old friend. The Commissar shaking them to sense that it's not the day to die. Maybe it's to die later. I mean, I suppose that's how the Commissar really works, isn't it? But no, you're dying in the wrong place. Move over here, please. Alton's taking out the observation post. The one over here still in the firm control of the Death Korps Krieg. Havoc's now moving out, got an extra squad of Terrors to support. And one Hell Talon comes back home. I'm attempting to take it on, but the engineers are keeping it in good stead. Also got a Vendetta, which is remarkably good, taking out other aircraft and such. So the Hell Talons have been taken care of. There's got small amounts of infantry left for the Night Lords, and barely a denarii or two to purchase new lads and lasses. Well, just lads really. Oh no, the Night Lords do have lasses in their ranks. They can get Night Sisters. Not seeing any. They're always a fallback, as they are quite cheap in comparison to other Night Lord infantry. If you're ever struggling with your monies, Night Sisters are the way to go. We've got soldiers coming on the right, soldiers coming on the left. They've been supported by a Vendetta. Dark time for all on the Night Lord sections of the battlefield. Now a second Vendetta comes on in. Havoc's been wiped out to a man. Terror's also going down. And that is, boys and girls, the GGWP, all she wrote. What a remarkable game that was. A massive effort from one Kenobi down here. I absolutely loved how, yeah, okay, he went in, did the usual Night Lord stuff of stabbing and slicing and doing what he can. But then once that didn't kind of work out for him, he swapped out his tactics. I mean, yeah, okay, maybe going for the observation, or not observation, the critical location, and taking down the Jaeger squad was a bit of a faux pas, considering that the real prize was keeping this strategic point out of the hands of the Death Korps Krieg. And maybe the Havoc squad going for the wrong one, because obviously when he went over here, he went for the Night Lord Havoc squad with the heavy bolters rather than the autocannons, which would have helped them take on this observation post and the initial spawning of the Chimeras. But I like it. He went for the Razorback, he went for Havocs, then he transitioned over into the Hell Talons, which is good for going up against these heavily entrenched Death Korps Kriegers. And yeah, from MrBlueDude's perspective, a wonderful use of the barbed wire fence. I don't think we've ever seen that on the channel before, but definitely something that players can make use of in the future if you want to use. I mean, obviously you can use any of these tactics yourself, because I mean that's one part of the joy of actually watching casts, isn't it? Seeing strategies that you've not used before and then implementing them in your own game. But yeah, just standing firm and having your morale broken, but then not caring about it, and then slowly but surely winding down and beating up the Night Lords in a good Imperial kind of fashion. Love to see it. So yeah, found this game on the Unification Discord, so the links to that will be in the description below. There's also links to my Discord in the description below, and also there's a Patreon. One spot channel, £1 a month gets you once a game a week. My name is MrBlueDude, pleasure's always, never short. I will see you in a bit. Peace.